everybody. Welcome to Markonomics 101, the show called Hoot Loot, where you are always informed, always amused, never misled. Today's show is called The Gold Rush 2021, and we have taken the Wayback Machine and gone back to 1849 California. Look at that idiot behind me. He's been bugging me all day. Thank God we have things like property rights. I'm just going to stick him right in the head. This thing, whatever. But anyway, we've been panning for gold. Ace and I've been panning for gold. Check out this pan right here. We've been checking it out. You can just smell how good the gold smells in there. The smell of money just gets me going in the morning. Oh, geez. Ace, what did you do in here? Oh, get out of here. Forget it. Never mind. Anyway, we're about to go to the charts, and we're going to let's go to the charts. All right. So the Dow Jones Industrial Average, you can tell right now that it has gone, it continues to be in a positive pattern, making new highs. But what you see about it is that it's really very weakly going up. I mean, if you look at those last, the month of, basically since the election, it's only gone up a couple percent. So what we're seeing is a rotation. I've talked about that in the past. One of the rotations is into gold and silver. And we are going to have some interesting picks for you at the very end of the show of what kind of things to start looking into buying. Yes, the time is right to buy. All right. So we're going to go on here. This is the mid-cap index. The mid-cap index is just kind of, a bunch of sort of mid-cap New York Stock Exchange companies are all doing really well. The point is the market continues higher here, although there are places of weaknesses. And so it is the kind of place that you need to be very careful about what you get involved in right here, okay? The NASDAQ. The NASDAQ has made new highs, as we've talked about. Most of the patterns actually broke out slightly to the positive. Not impressively, though, and that's what you're going to see. You're going to see the NASDAQ, yes, it looks higher, like it's going to go higher, but it doesn't look like it's really like it's ready to vault. I don't know. We'll see. The small cap index is where the action's been, up 20%. Now compare that to the S&P 500 of 3%, 4%, or the Dow 4, 5%, 3%. This is where the action is. It's in the small cap companies. It's a sign of investor speculative expectations. That's not good. You want people to be pessimistic and worried. They're euphoric right now. They think the Fed can't go wrong. They think that nothing can go wrong because the market's higher. And look at all the crap that's happened. Well, stuff is going to happen. They're going to wonder. Okay, Standard & Poor's 500, again, kind of a weak little breakout from that pattern. And that's what we're seeing, except in the transportations or the transgender Americans, for those of us that are politically correct. We are still seeing not only a good pattern, but a bad pattern within a good pattern. The bad one being in red, that's a reverse wave. It's a 7-point reverse wave. That's a reversal pattern. That is not a good sign. It's a little early, so I'm not putting out the red flags yet, but this one does not look good. All right. So now let's go to some of the big cap stocks. Apple broke out. Looks like the NASDAQ in general, looking good. I don't know if it's going to go up a lot, but it's going up. Same thing with Amazon. It just broke out today out of this triangle. So it looks like it's going up. I don't know how much, but we'll see. Facebook is in a triangle. It hasn't really broken out, but it's a positive pattern. I expect that it'll probably join the other two at some point. This is Bitcoin right here, Grayscale Bitcoin. Now, it's in here partly because it broke out to new highs. Bitcoin broke out to new highs today. Do you know what that says about the dollar? We're going to talk about that in a minute. But gold rush is a dollar rush out. They're the same thing. You rush into gold, you rush out of the dollar. That's what's happening right now. And even though I've got this idiot behind me right here that I really want to smack as he keeps infringing on my territory, we're going to keep going here. All right. Now, Google looks like it's making a rounded top possibly. I don't know. Still in a positive pattern, but nothing is exciting here, among the big cap companies. Now, this is the Intercontinental Exchange. This is the most positive thing. For those of you that are bulls, this one really is positive. This is the holding company of the New York Stock Exchange. This one is making new highs. This one says everything's honky-dory. We'll see. But that's one I would keep an eye on. Microsoft still looks like it's in a triangle pattern, but positive. Probably breaks out to the upside. Netflix looks pretty good too, one of the big cap NASDAQ companies. Qualcomm, maybe just coming back to its trend line. Hard to say, in a little bit of a rounded top pattern. This is where all the 5G action is, if there is going to be any action. And supposedly 5G is where it is. Who knows? If you don't get brain cancer from it first, of course. Here's Tesla right here. If you want to pay, for a car company, $1 million per car sold in the last year, here's your place to go. Actually, I think it's up to about $1 million too. So, and you can also have the fantastic Elon Musk to deal with. He was just here. God, I wish he would switch to vapes. The guy just loves his 420. And even in this time of California, when they didn't even know what the hell it was, actually, it's the only way it made life easy to handle all these damn rocks and smell in here. Ugh, God help us. Okay. I know, I'm sorry. I'm just like feeling that way today. Okay, so here we go. This is the dollar. This is where the action is. This is the anti-gold rush right here. The Fed today came out and said we're going to keep interest rates low. Oh, duh. I'm really shocked. Gee, that's all the Fed does is prop up the stock markets. That's their job. Although it was never listed in the original Fed, what is our mission statement? Our mission statement is to do this. Instead, what they do is they prop up the stock market to keep the power, the people in power in power. So here you go. 10-year treasuries, they'll buy some of those, but probably not enough to send these things higher. Once they break the 1% level, watch out. We've been talking about this for a while. This is another reason things are going to come unglued at some point. All right. Let's go 30-year treasuries right here. Same thing. These things break out at 1.8. And then all sorts of things happen. I don't know what, but I can tell you this. I looked at, we'll do a show on this, but I looked at foreign interest rates yesterday. And in Germany, they're still negative all through 30 years. They're negative in, most of the countries, a lot of the countries through 30 years. Okay, negative interest rates. What happens when those unwind? That's what I want to know. What happens when negative interest rates unwind? That's something that we shall see in our lifetimes. And you will hear the truth about it. And I'm going to narrate it for you right here on Hoot Loot. I just love this show sometimes. All right, here we go. Next one, junk bonds. Now, these ones tell you, okay, this is called the high grade index. High grade or the high yield bonds or junk bonds as they're sometimes called. These are making new highs. That tells you a lot of companies, investors are not pricing in a lot of defaults. So they're pricing in a great economy. What if we don't have one? They're pricing it in already as if it's already happened. So, consider that. This is gold right here. This is a wonderful pattern. Now, the reason I put this in is because I want to take a little different slice at it. We're going to show you some individual companies in gold and silver that look great right now. But, you want to ask yourself the question, what is my risk return in something like gold? Well, the reason I put this chart in is not only that you can see that gold, in one move went from 1,400 to about almost 2,100. Okay, that's that move from March to about August. Okay, it can do about the same thing. So you can see about a 50% movement in gold, starting at about 1,700. That puts us at about 2,500. 2,400. That's not a bad thing. That'll send a lot of these stocks a lot higher. So, just kind of in there. Gold is going to move 6 to 7 to 10 times from where its bottom was. Okay, at least on this move. Maybe less, maybe more, but it's going to move a lot. Okay, this is gold 20 years. This moves from 2002 to its high in 2011 about 8-9 times. That's about what we're going to see in the whole move of gold to about $8,000, $10,000 an ounce. Okay, silver looking great. It broke out today. Woo! Yeah, silver broke out. This is the place to be. This is where the action is. It's not just gold. It's not just a gold rush. You numbnuts back there. It's silver too. Okay, hi-yo, silver. Away! Oh, gold. There goes my hair. There goes my prospecting hair. All right, never mind. Okay. Now, this is the bank index. It's still looking kind of but you notice it's barely made a new high. So it's kind of slowing down too. The broker-dealer index, on the other hand, they're pretty damn happy because they get to keep putting out these horrible IPOs to everybody and make a ton of money selling you on complete garbage, such as DoorDash. I can't believe how much money they made and how much money investors are going to lose on DoorDash. But, oh well, that's the broker-dealer index for you. Broker-dealer index. Amex looking still pretty good, maybe around the top. I don't know, maybe too early to tell. Bank of America looking weak. This is a company to stay out of. It hasn't even gotten above its old highs. Right here, Berkshire Hathaway, also not that good of a pattern anymore. So we're keeping an eye on the banking sector. Not looking as healthy as it looked before, but we'll see. Citigroup also has not made a new high. That's also another weak sister. Keep an eye on that. JP Morgan, way above those highs, and it's the strongest of the bunch, so we'll keep an eye on that too. Right now, Wells Fargo, the weakest of the bunch right there. That's one to keep an eye on. Look at that. Look how far below its highs are. It's way down there. It's barely rallied at all. I like the bank, but boy, Warren Buffett, maybe he knew something in selling it. Who knows? The biotech index, nothing like vaccines to go to the bank, right? Biotech boys, okay, let's make vaccines for everything, including poverty, including we can vaccinate ourselves against the truth, vaccinate ourselves against falsehoods, vaccinate ourselves against everything. Here we go. This is the next growth industry right here. Okay, the semiconductor index flying high and away. It's just still looking good. This is why I still think the market has more upside to go, though it's going to be ragged from here, and I would still watch out for the top. One of the things about this has got to show you very much that buy low, sell high is how you make money. How on earth can you buy low when you've got the semiconductors this high? So think about that before you start buying these things right now at these nosebleed levels. Okay, these are the home builders. I don't get this either, but then this shows you again that the market is completely divorced from what's going on out there. There are not new households being formed buying houses, but this thing looks really strong and you just got to go along with it. I don't know. Maybe this is telling us housing will come back later. I don't know. That seems to be what it's telling us, but gosh, I sure don't see it. Okay, this is the retail index, and I have one thing to say about this. What retail are you talking about? There's no retail. Have you been to a store lately? I sure as hell haven't. This is Walmart. This is Walmart, Costco, and Target, and Amazon, and that's about it, because there is no other retail. Everything else has been closed, has been shut down, has been COVIDed out of existence. Okay, there's Yamana Gold, or Yo Mama Gold, as we call it in the hood. And I love this company. Look at this. As soon as it breaks out above, 575, this thing is charging. And this is what it looks like long term. The reason I put this in here is that sometimes you got to look at the squiggles from a long term standpoint, go way back, and then all of a sudden they make sense. This one makes sense in that it's just pausing a little bit, but it's on its way to at least probably a doubling from here before it makes another pause. All right. Same with Coeur d'Alene. Look at that. I've been talking about this one for weeks. This one broke out today, went up by $1, all new highs. This is why I'm bullish on gold right now and why we think the gold rush is on. It's companies like this. And here, Coeur d'Alene, look at that. You can see Coeur d'Alene 10 times this price down the road. If you bought it here, the squiggles and squaggles don't matter. It's early in the run. That's the whole point of all this. It's early. So if you miss today, you didn't miss it. Just don't miss it, or you're going to miss all of it. And you're going to go, gosh, I could have bought that thing at 10. I could have bought it at 9. Could have bought it at 8. Don't go to. Look at this thing. It's looking good right now. The Fed apparently has increased the money supply by 40% in the last 6 months. You don't think these things are going sky high? You're wrong. I do. They will. All right. This is Canopy Growth. This is one of the marijuana stocks we've been talking about. There's some news in the marijuana business today, including Elon Musk. Gosh. Anyway, this is the biggest one, but this is not what is important, okay? What's important, we're going to get to in a minute. This is Eldorado Gold. This is another gold company. You look at it, lots of squiggles and squaggles, but you look at it long term, look at that. It made a nice rounded bottom here. This thing could go to 75. And it could go higher. It could go to 300. I mean, gold's going much higher than it was when this thing back here was at 95. Gold's going to a lot higher level. So this thing's going to be even more interesting. All right. These are the miners right here. This is just an index of the miners. Very constructive pattern. They're going to break out soon. But you want the ones that are leading the pack. Those are the ones to buy, not the average one. All right. There's a company called Hexo. This is involved in the marijuana business. I like this because I like the pattern. If you want a speculative company, this is it. I'm not recommending it necessarily, but this is one of those, hey, I want to throw some money away in gambling. Here you go. Hexo right here. Good looking pattern. This thing moves. It's been as high as in the teens before. So who knows? Now, Hecla Mining, this is one of the companies we love. It broke out today too, and this is another reason that we love it so much. So, Hecla Mining's real good. Gold rush of 2021, but it's really silver that's actually leading the way. And our last stock right here is Tilray. Tilray Tilray, look at that move on it at the very end. We should have put a circle around it, but Tilray broke out, looked really high volume, but Tilray's being bought by a company called Afia, so it's not really generically higher, it's actually higher on a buyout. So, the marijuana stocks are still pretty speculative. The gold stocks are a go, the silver stocks are a go, Hoot Loot is a go. Please subscribe to us. We love you to death. Send in your comments, and here we are prospecting. Do it the easy way. Make it in the stock market. Don't make it by panning a bunch of crap and having a hammer. We'll see you next time, next weekend. Hoot Loot. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.